I mean, you know who the top three are. It's Ohio State, Miami, Oregon. Some guys would have Bama a little bit above Oregon. Fine. And yes, Oregon still has a higher rating than Indiana, even though Indiana just beat Oregon. I know people have a hard time with that, but from a numerical standpoint, if Oregon and Indiana played tomorrow on a neutral, Oregon is still favored. I'm sorry. That's just the way it works. Upsets happen all the time, but it doesn't mean that the team that pulled the upset is still better in the eyes of an odds maker. Now, if you want to have this conversation, like, is Indiana better? That's different. But from an odds maker standpoint, they still are not going to drop. Or, I mean, Oregon was just a 7.5 point favorite at home, and home field ain't worth 7. So maybe if they play again, the number is a little bit lower. Maybe it's 5.5. I guess. If you wanted to, Oregon would still get bet though. You know, if you were going to reopen that game, if they were going to play Saturday, Oregon home against Indiana, and you open at 5.5, Oregon's going to get that first bet. Mm-hmm. Odds are good, but Notre Dame is 5 for me. The defense looks better. They've clearly made a couple adjustments, and the quarterback's been insane. CJ Carr is unbelievable right now. I just pulled my entire ear set out. That hurt like hell. That really hurt. Like, my ear is ringing right now. Anyways, Notre Dame, number 5 for me.
It's interesting. Okay, so the idea, we talked about this in the offseason. We talk about it every time it happens. When you have a top-tier team that loses, can you find value in them? Can you find value in Oregon? They are 5th in the odds. 12-1 is the best price you're going to see. They just played 2 top teams. I say that loosely because, you know, we now know about Penn State. But they did beat them in double overtime, and then Penn State's entire season, entire everything in the football program completely fell apart. You have the loss against Indiana, but you also have sitting 5-1. You've got Rutgers, Wisconsin. You go to Iowa, Minnesota. You host USC at Washington. Of those last 6 games, you would think it's a minimum 5-1 for Oregon. So they're probably in. Do you think there's value on 12-1?
Especially off the loss, yes. This would be the time to buy, naturally. It's funny how this works, though, because I think you have more people now thinking, oh, I'll bet Indiana and not Oregon. But coming into that game, it was Oregon. But then Oregon loses, and it's like, oh, well, Indiana's better. Well, that's not how it works. You want to buy the right team at the right price. And Oregon, I saw a couple like 6-1s going into that game against the Hoosiers. And then they lose, and the odds go to 10 or 12. So if you're looking to buy, this would not be the time to buy Indiana. The time to buy Indiana is before the win. The time to buy Oregon is likely after the loss. I personally don't think Oregon's winning the title. I understand it from a fundamental standpoint to buy the dip. I get it. For me, the best bet at price is Miami at 9-1. I still think they have the best line play in the country, and their quarterback is 28-3 as a starter.
Yep. I was thinking Big Ten. So you've got Ohio State, Indiana, Oregon all in. You agree?
Yeah.
Those 3.
Yeah, for sure.
A 4th? Is there a 4th? Is it?
If USC beats Notre Dame, I think they're in.
This week. Comes down to this week. Yeah, I think
basically.
You're right.
It's not Penn State. Right.
Can a 2-loss USC team make – yeah, I know. You kick them out. It changes things. Can a 2-loss USC team make it coming out of a super conference? Like, if they lose this week, so now they're 5-2, but they don't lose again. So that includes winning in Oregon in the second to last week.
I guess you'd have to split.
Yeah,
you'd have to split against USC and Oregon. If you lose both of those games and you have 3 losses and you haven't beaten any of the best opponents, you're out. Now, beating Michigan, some would say, is a nice win, but with losses to Illinois, USC, and Oregon, I don't think the committee would put USC in. You have to win one of those 2 games, at Notre Dame, at Oregon.
Yep. Yeah. Just looking at things as far as like I don't want it. Like, if you look at conference futures, I'm just really not all that interested. Like, am I interested in taking a team that's not named Ohio State? Not only do they have to get in, then they have to get in, then they have to beat down Ohio State. Yeah, it could very well happen, but I'm not interested in hunting for that. Are you?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, yeah, same thing. SEC, no idea. I think we know the 3 to 4 teams. We just went over them coming out of the Big Ten. Depends on USC. That could make the playoff, but dude, I don't know. If you want to follow the AP rankings, they've got 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11 ranked teams. It's like, which ones are going to come out of this mess alive? I mean, you're gambling.
Yeah, you are. A&M is getting a ton of respect from the guys that I talk to from a number standpoint. I got Matoy Pearson's numbers up right here. He's got Texas A&M as the number 6 team in the country right now. Okay, fine. I believe his numbers. And then you look at the price and you go, oh, I could find a 16 to 1. If they're that good or better than the market even understands with a quarterback that's been very special, maybe that team is worth a flyer. I'm surprised, though, Mo is actually really low on Ole Miss. He's got A&M 6 points better than Ole Miss. Mm-hmm. And Georgia, he's got 8 points better than Ole Miss. So,
whoa.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, that's interesting.
What about Bama?
So he's got Bama number 3.
But how much
higher than Oregon by half a point?
How much better than Ole Miss?
Bama on Ole Miss, 8.5.
Oh, he really doesn't. He thinks they're the fraudulent one in this group, because that's where I was going to go. Which one are you hearing is the fraudulent squad that is viewed, top 5 of the SEC, probably in the playoff? So he would say Ole Miss.
Right. And I see that. And then I go over, I get Kenny's numbers as well, Kenny White's numbers. He's got Ole Miss at 13th in the country. So that's sort of how the room feels about Ole Miss. Actually, they both have them 13th in the country. So okay. I see that and think, okay, not betting that team, right? Because if the power rating is low, they have to pull so many upsets as a touchdown dog or higher, and that's very unlikely in the playoff. At the end of the day, it could be very, very sad, though. We could just have Ohio State win it again. They're the best team with the best defense, unbelievable receiver play with Smith and Tate. They can run the ball, and Julian Sayin is a 5-star recruited quarterback who's getting better every game. We look for value. We try and find nice bets. Maybe it's just Ohio State again, though. It could be that simple.